Guruji giving me this opportunity to share Satsang with the Sangat today. My Satsang is purely based on my fact of my belief and my faith. It's much easier said than to have it seen and implemented in real life. Faith can be shaky, but having a complete belief in Guru that he will always be doing what is best for us and when is the best time is something which we learn over a period of time. Guruji has always been with us. Some of us started connecting, the word connect is with the format of coming to a satsang. But he has always been there. Someone who just started coming here recently, or someone who has been coming here for 10 years, someone who has been with Guruji for all their lives. We are all equally blessed. His ways are something which provide a lot of faith and belief to one's ability to handle any circumstance in our life. My experience has been that there is a strong sense of calmness in life now, knowing that there is someone who is always taking care of you and is always behind you. It just comes from raw faith. Again, hard to comprehend over day-to-day life, and we go through many different emotions. But then at the same time, just accepting what he's doing for us and knowing that it's the right thing for us in the long run really, really helps. My first experience of coming to a satsang was back in 2011. It's been 10 magical years, and I just feel myself immensely blessed with everything which has been happening in my life. And I just feel that he has always been there, taking care of it. Not for the last 10 years, but even the 25 years before that. It's just that we have to accept what he is doing for us is the right thing for us, even though we may not see it. We don't like seeing our family, our near ones, under any kind of pain or trouble, but then at the same time accepting it as part of who we are and identifying with it is something which gives you this strength to move on and to accept and to take everything in your stride. I'll just share some experiences which I've had over the last few years. Back in 2013, it was a time when I had recently applied for my permanent residency to Canada, and I decided to migrate, thinking, knowing, or like making myself very clear in my mind that I'm never going to come back to New Jersey. I don't like New Jersey. I never liked it before 2013. I just decided I'm not going to come back. But that was just my call, not his. He knows what's best for me. And within a year, I was back. Never thought of it before leaving, but it happened. And happened for a very good reason, which I didn't know about in 2013. I got my first big opportunity at Microsoft. I drove 3.5 days, coast to coast, all by myself, driving through this beautiful country, listening to Guruji's shabads throughout the time, and just thinking and talking to myself, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing all this? My wife is in New Jersey. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing all of that? I didn't get answers then, but eventually everything turned out because he had a master plan, which I was not even close to thinking of. Long story short, I go to Canada thinking about moving there, living there permanently, settling down there. None of that happens. Within a year, I'm back. He had a great opportunity for me back in New Jersey, which I accepted, and I was able to. It's just his magic. Sometimes I would just ask him. In my first job before 2013, I would hardly travel. And it's that I probably must have said, I would love to travel the world. And since 2014 onwards, I haven't stopped traveling. So it's just that, you just ask for things and they happen magically. Because he knows the good time and the best things, when to give and what to do. Again, I want to stress on the fact that having immense faith and believing in what your Guru has in store for you is very important. We can question the aspect of why is it happening to us every now and then. Most of us do. But then if we keep on accepting what he's doing for us is the best thing for us, I think that will take us, it'll just provide a sense of calmness and serenity in our life, which we all seek, but it's hard in this kind of life we live. So again, my magical journey continues. I'm back in US, traveling the world. And like I said, life is never a bed of roses all the time, and you always struggle. In 2018, there was a time when my wife started having these bouts of clinical depression. I remember we were vacationing in Europe and we were in London, and one night she just woke up, started crying loudly. It was an alarm call for myself to figure it out. But then at the same time, my faith was that why do I have to do all the thinking when none of this is going to work? Eventually, everything will run its own course, and he will do whatever is right for us. If there is suffering involved for me, for my wife, we have to accept it. There is something which is probably going to run its course. And like I said, it did happen. Those 1.5 years were very troubling and testing times for us. I still remember back in 2019, I came back from a very long assignment from Europe, and me and my wife, we were just on a verge of just calling it the end. We were not talking to each other, we were not cordial. There were many issues which we were dealing, and on one of these occasions, by the way, this is not an advertisement of drunk driving, so please don't drink and drive. But it did happen that I came back from Europe, and one night I'm out partying, and I was drinking, and on my way back home, I slept. I was drunk, I was jet lagged. It was a disaster which could have happened because I drove 50 miles and I still, to this date, don't have any recollection how I did that. I drove across highways. He was there. He was with me throughout that entire period. And he was the one. The reason why I'm alive. I just feel it. I slept and I got into an accident just a mile close to my house. I don't know how I drove 40 miles. My car hit a fire hydrant at 2 a.m. in the morning on the opposite side. And I woke up with the airbag on my face. There was nobody on the road. Absolutely no one. I could have been in jail that night, but there was nobody around. My car's airbags got deployed. My engine seized because there was significant damage. And I was able to drive my car. When your engine seizes, you just cannot drive the car. I was able to drive that car to my driveway that night. It's magic. It's hard to explain it in words, what happened, because I experienced it firsthand. And I just came out clean out of it. This happened, and 2 days later, I got a mail saying my EAD has been approved. So he was basically just doing everything. He had this whole script written for me. I went through my EAD process in 2019, and recently I got my green card in March, and there's a small satsang around that, simply because COVID, we all have sin. It's a global phenomenon, and it's part of our lives. That could have given me a lot of issues back in 2020, because since my EAD got approved in 2019, the reason why it got delayed in 2021 was because of COVID. But in 2020, not having a green card really helped me with my job, because I was able to maintain my H-1B visa. Trump administration had decided not to issue any new H-1Bs, revoke or stop or question every new H-1B renewal application. I got my H-1B in 7 days in the middle of the pandemic. And that too helped me in sustaining my job, because everyone around in my company at that time was getting furloughed. But me, being an H-1B employee, was not furloughed. So it was his way of identifying. Again, Donald Trump became president because of him, because he chose him. But at the same time, it was something which worked for many of us. In my case, yes, it truly did. But the point remains that I just want to stress on this fact again, that just have complete faith in him and believe, and that will just give us the magical journey. I have been part of it, and I feel myself that I'm supremely blessed. So is everyone in this room today. And just keep your faith and let the magic happen. Ronald, Jai Guruji.